The PhD application process is long and involves completing many different steps successfully. The first step along that path is getting a supervisor on board. So what kind of PhD do you want? If you want a PhD just to do a PhD, then fair enough, you probably don't need this video, to be honest. But if you want a PhD because you want to be doing your best research at one of the world's best research institutions, learning from one of the world's best experts in the field, well then yeah, you might need to try for the best. They're just one email away, so why not give it a shot? Tip number 2. Less is more. This mainly applies to your first email, but if you get a response, then the same thing goes for the second email, the 10th email, any presentation you may give, and any meeting you may have with your prospective supervisor. Less is more. Keep your introductory email short and sweet. If you're contacting a world-class researcher, they are likely to be super busy, so make their life as easy as possible. In your first email, you just want to include 5 things. 1, that you find their research fascinating. Give maybe 1 or 2 references to specific papers of theirs that you like. Number 2, that you have an idea that is both novel and relevant to their research expertise. You just want to tease the idea in a sentence, don't give the whole thing away. Number 3, that you have excellent research and/or academic experience. Number 4, that you'll be finding your own funding for the PhD. That one's important, money matters. And 5, would they be available to discuss this more on a short call? Tip number 3. Prepare a 3-slide pitch. If you get past the first email and they agree to have a short call with you, then I would suggest that you prepare a short 3-slide presentation for what your idea is. The shorter the better here. If you can get your whole idea into 1 slide, then that's perfect. But for a PhD research proposal, I kind of think 3 slides might be more realistic. The main reason I suggest you do this is because this is what I did, and it forced me to get super clear on what exactly my idea was. What is the research question you're looking to answer? What methodology will allow you to answer that? And what are your predictions for what you will find? You can't submit your application to the university until you have the signed-on consent from a supervisor. So this is your opportunity to try out a first draft of your research proposal. If there's something in it that catches the attention of your potential supervisor, then you're on to a good idea, and it's likely that your application to the university will be successful. Preparing a 3-slide pitch also makes your potential supervisor's decision so much easier. Immediately they're going to see that you're a self-starter, that you're driven, that you're bringing your ideas to this collaboration. Why 3 slides? Because people who are as successful, important and busy as our potential PhD supervisors are, want the key idea you have straight away. I learned this from my time working a corporate job at Dyson, where I presented many times to the Global Chief Commercial Officer. We were only ever given 2 minutes to present our idea, and this taught me how to condense my ideas down to the simplest, most core, important essence, and just pitch that. Plan to tell your whole story in less than 2 minutes. Hopefully you end up talking for way longer than 2 minutes, but prepare and practice so that you can tell everything in less than 2 minutes. The goal here is to get your potential supervisor to ask a question. That means they're interested, so keep it short, pitch the coolest, most interesting idea you have, and be specific about your predictions. In my first meeting with my PhD supervisor, less than 30 seconds into my pitch, they had interrupted me with an anecdote that was relevant to my idea. Immediately, I knew I was onto something because my supervisor was engaged. So plan for 2 minutes, but remember to be flexible and respond in the moment. Remember, planning is essential, but plans are useless. Okay, tip number 4. The most important thing is to make your pitch a win-win research opportunity for them. I give a full step-by-step guide about how to do this in my video on how to write a winning PhD research proposal. But for now, all you need to know is that there is a tried and tested way to crafting a winning research proposal. Your potential PhD supervisor will be like all other researchers. They will be incentivized by publications. This is how the world of research works, and if you're going for one of the best researchers in your field, it's highly likely that they will have had a lot of publications and a lot of citations. So the way you pitch a win-win research opportunity to them is by designing an experiment that gets published no matter what your results are. The method that I advocate for in my video is the same method I used when writing and pitching my research proposal. And my supervisor's words when they saw my idea and heard my pitch were, "You've played this game very well." So if you want to win as well, then all the details of how to do this are in my video on how to write a winning PhD research proposal. Tip number 5. Remember to interview them. And last but not least, remember that this is your PhD. This is your idea, it will be your funding, and so you need to evaluate whether the potential supervisor is the right fit for you. Very broadly speaking, there are 2 types of PhD supervisors. Ones that micromanage and ones that let you roam free. Some people will prefer one type over the other, and it's good to identify what management style your prospective supervisor prefers. This is at least the next 3 years of your life, so you want to make sure you're happy working with them. I've been told by many people who've done PhDs that your PhD supervisor will make or break your whole PhD. So it's worth taking the time to ask them some questions, understand their ways of working, get to know what their lab environment is like, and speak to their current PhD students. Alright, and that's how to secure your number 1 PhD supervisor. To quickly recap, tip number 1, go for the best. Tip number 2, less is more. Tip number 3, prepare a 3-slide presentation. Tip number 4, make it a win-win. And tip number 5, remember to interview them. Thank you very much. I'll see you here again soon.